Welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming by, YouTube friends. Thanks for being here live friends. Much appreciated, especially given the odd hour. YouTube don't know that unless they've been listening to these spiels, but they always skip over that anyway. Are you on YouTube watching this and you haven't like hopped ahead to the draft? Thanks. All right. That's cool. Some people stick with me. Like CardKingdom.com. Card Kingdom has stuck with me for so long now as my sponsor of this place. Just talked to my my friend and kind of manager over there, Kevin Harlan. He's a great guy, and was reaching out with Kevin recently, and he's gave me the big thumbs up on how things are going over here from their perspective. So good work, everybody. You're hearing my message and remembering to click those special links that let Card Kingdom know that when you're doing business with them, you got there from here. And then people like Kevin keep patting me on the back, and I keep doing these streams. So all part of the circle of draft. I mean, the circle of life, the circle of draft life. Let's draft. It's life. Get into the draft view. Got a handful of viewers right now because of the weird time, but that means those of you who are here get extra powers. Chime in with picks and help me find a lane that we can have some fun with. Haven't drafted Modern Horizons 2 yet. Was going to try and get to something physical sometime, but just didn't happen, unsurprisingly. Right on, Shaman. Good prices, and they have the inventory to sell you a full set of extended art fetches. You know, not even everybody can fill that order. One waiting seat. This waiting for this final seat reminds me that I got asked on Friday, like if there was a least favorite juror, and there's a least favorite juror, and least favorite juror has fallen asleep in court and got all of us jurors reminded that we need to pay attention. And this juror plays content on her phone with no headphones in the jury room, just listening to like watching and out loud. And then this juror today was 1 hour late to court. We were all sitting around an entire courtroom, lawyers, witnesses, jurors, everybody, all waiting for our favorite juror who was an hour late. It's amazing it runs at all. It's somewhat crazy that way. Well, you can take Ruin Crab and go against all of my instincts and try to be the mill deck. Gargaroth is just kind of good old-fashioned value. You got to untap with it, but if you can, it does a lot. Anax is a fine place to start if you just want to head down an aggro red path. Do love the Anax protecting you from wrath effects and that kind of thing. Bomat, stay open. Hey, it is colorless. But if we were to take an aggro red card, I'd certainly take Anax. Cloud Blazer is fun. We could try doing some blinky blink. Well, Rob says Dusk Legion. That's an interesting place to start. I'll start with Anax. I at least one person in support of that. Gargaroth is also awesome, Jim. I don't mind first picking that at all either. Boy, you just got to kill it. If you don't kill it, you are in such trouble with that thing. Kenyon, all in on Steam Vents. Nice. I have been enjoying the red-blue spells deck in this cube. I like me a Midnight Clock on that front. Well, Lightning Strike follows along with the Anax. I mean, yeah, Gargaroth never resolves. Kenyon's never faced a Gargaroth. What do you mean? You want to do a red-black sack? We could do that. But this probably wheels, right? Like, this is the kind of thing I want to try and wheel. And we take the generically good stuff, and then if this is open on the wheel, then we found our lane. That's what I mean. You never really faced one. You've faced them on the stack, but not on the battlefield. That's exactly what I'm saying, Jim. I'm going to leave it because we shouldn't be there if it doesn't wheel anyway. And this lightning strike keeps us at least, in a possible lane for mono red. Kenyon's on the Spire Bluff Canal. There's Blood Chief's Thirst if we wanted to hedge towards some sort of sack type dealio. There's a Disallow. Oh, that's right. I didn't see the disallow. You can understand. I saw this first, and then I just saw the disallows. Oh, that's what he would take. Yunghao Citadel. Embercleave would sure make it easy. I'm looking for other suggestions here. Jim's on Citadel or Disallows. Hat likes the Thirst. Kenyon just wants the Disallow. Could still do that, although Anax isn't quite in the deck that Kenyon likes to that degree. Red-black sack. Is that what this is for, though? All right, I'll take the Thirst. Whatever. Crypt. Interesting to go with the Thirst. Now, this has got to be one of Kenyon's payoffs, right? You gotta like this in red-blue spells. So if they don't kill the Pyromancer in your red-blue spells, it's just like you just win. Shatterskull smashing, powerful land. Pyro. Yeah, we could just go Pyro. Nobody takes the lands anyway. These will wheel. It also leaves us open to the blue deck. Blue, we can start here. Yeah, let's take the Pyromancer. It's a powerful card. I do like this Lava Coil as well. We do have a Lightning Strike and a Thirst if we go that direction. And if we're doing Steel and Sack, we probably want Young Pyromancer anyway. Make some tokens for the Sack. Pathway, Wilds, Mastery. Splitter hooks up those tokens. Reassembling Skeleton for the Sack and Recur plan. Shadow Spear is just generally good on aggro creatures. Lily. You think Rob is Lily just it? But don't you want... Lily doesn't seem all that powerful to me. You're like screaming Lily, but I don't know. She's just fine, right? Bergie's interesting. Hazard feels just like a safe pick. We're playing red. Hazard's great. Yeah, I guess if we get our go Hellbent, this is okay.
The best thing about
all right, I guess I took Lily.
Adoring obedience.
There's a Shock, Thundering Rebuke. Shock at least goes to face. This has no black in it. It's got some red. It's cheaper. Captivating Crew is the steel part of the Steel and Sack. We have we don't have the sack part yet, though, do we? Yeah, I guess there's the Search for Blex. Interesting. Let's try the Crew. We're headed a little bit towards red-black in principle. Maybe we'll do the thing. Ferocidon. I'm going to take it just in case we're just more pure red. I like it over the Rimrock on that front. Yeah, Crew may come back, it's true, but if we're going to at least hedge to the thing, I probably could have. Like this, Rob's pretty enthusiastic about this deck, but I think this could easily have wheeled for sure. Could have, not for sure, but it could have for sure. Is this any good? Yeah, it doesn't feel that good. What about Null Priest? Better than Timoret? Although Timoret, if we're discarding or whatever, we could make use of that. I think I'll take Null Priest. It's got a... I like the 2 2-mana mode and 6-mana mode. That's a nice combo. Well, interesting wheel. A lot of stuff I was kind of looking at to begin with. We could just take the courier and start heading towards more just mono red. If we play the black, so be it. But we have a nice, decent start towards mono red, although the Captivating Crew is a little less super exciting, although it still plays if you're stealing to take stuff out of the way. I think I like that over anything else I'm seeing here, so let's courier it. Bastion does come back, which what we were saying, if we're supposed to be in this needs to wheel anyway. So let's take this and consider that still a possibility. Yeah, Faye is not untakeable there or anything, but we just kind of banked in a different direction. I'd rather just embrace how we banked rather than pivot back towards anything blue. Let me get a Fixer. It's not a Traxos deck. Sure. I don't like the Hellhound almost in anything. I guess in Steel and Sack, it could be a thing in that it's doing some damage and then you sack it for value somehow when it's not hitting the landfall notes. Sword. Is this something where you actually play? I think I'd probably play the Sword more than that dumb Hound, so I'll take that. I'll take Shadow Spear over Bone Splitter. But I don't think I'd play Shadow Spear before I play the other equip there. Late Sailor. Rimrock still here is saying something. I mean, you could take Frenzy here as a great red card, especially if you're pretty low to the ground and can power out a bunch of stuff. Here's a real sword. This is some equipment that I like. I like this sword better. Demon Bolt, fine. Like, Rob's all excited, and I don't even know what he's excited about. Seriously. Shieldred? I wasn't thinking of us as a particularly high-end deck. Are we casting 7 drops? I don't think we're... This didn't jump out at me as, yeah, I mean, if you think Crew is too expensive, what are we doing Sheldred for? I take Demon Bolt. And I take Frenzy. Taking Frenzy. I like the Frenzy. Dragonfire. Also, I'm continuing to eye mono red. Red has been wide open, so we could potentially slide into just mono red. That. Here's a sack. Here's a sack effect, right? You like the Sedgemoor Witch? This is just value, right? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's true. It's not exactly great with Ferocidon. Definitely much better than Dragonfire, but there's a strong chance we just end up mono red as much as the red black is potentially available here. I'm going to take the Dragonfire. Oh, this isn't a great follow-up to the idea of potentially being mono red. I don't, Channeler is not unplayable, but this is not really great either. You can take the castle in case of bank back to black. Valentin as a single, yeah, this isn't that great. Mono red Ulamog, doesn't seem right. This pack is terrible after saying, oh, maybe mono red. Yeah, now it's like, ugh. But it's might just be the Channeler. It's not, I bet the Channeler wheels too, though. It doesn't seem like anybody's in that deck either. So I'll take the castle, expecting to wheel the Channeler, honestly. Priest says steal and sack. Not doing much stealing, really, except the Crew, but here's sack. And we'll probably wheel the Alchemist if we want it, so I'll take the Priest. Looting, Pillar, just Phyrexian Arena, super solid. Always play this in a black deck. Splash Starnheim. That ship sailed. What do you think here? We got Lava Runner, we got some lands. If we're 2-color, I don't really want to play these lands. I always forget to read it. I probably should have at some point, Kenyon, but you like the Arena over the Flame? What are we doing? Yeah, I guess we've got some enough removal that we can go Arena. I do like me removal. Ooh, I do like me Direfleet and Rekindling Phoenix. Both of these are nice. This isn't a Triome we're looking for. Fabled Passage, always fine. Valmire, decent. Yeah, this is great, and I should do this, right? Was thinking in terms of the red again, but I think we're getting close enough to the... We should just do the red-black now. Between having Rankle and Priest, we can do the thing. We don't really want to do this thing, though. Agonizing Remorse. Golos is Golos, but this isn't really a Golos deck. I think we take a Remorse remorsefully and not trying to languish in this deck. We're trying to avoid languish. Yeah, it's a good sideboard card and a best of 3. And I don't like Find. No, I don't think Find is good enough. And it is just Find at this point. I mean, we could end up with... Expert is sack fodder. Act of treason. This is almost unfair. Like, we should get this last pick. Yeah, it could just be Ruin. No, we can't. That's what I'm saying. We should, but I'm just saying, theoretically, we ought to get Act like last pick. It's not fair that we have to use a mid-pack pick on that card. This is a good spot. Take this. Well, I'm not doing any of this stuff, right? I guess we could do this, but that's a stretch. So is the Necromancer really at this point, but we'll take it. Are you playing this though? The Embrose doesn't seem that good to me for us. Well, we got the Chandler back. We could even take some like Kaya. We got another pack to go in terms of fixing. If we thought this would be playable here, it does have the ghost form counter that actually works well with the whole sack thing. I think I'll take Kaya on the spec as opposed to the channeler that I'm like whatever. Starnheim could be splashable, I guess, if we're doing Kaya. But right now I'll put Kaya and the Starnheim in the board. Pillar came back. Rekindling Phoenix came back. I mean, this is the second to last pick. Phoenix is why I was just like, should we just be mono red? But I don't, maybe it's just density. Like, I don't understand how we are both seeing second to last pick Rekindling Phoenixes, but not seeing just a ton of red in general. Doesn't compute. Chandra is a 6 that's pretty powerful. Baby Chandra goes well in Sacrifice, but is probably going to be available on the wheel. I don't see Chandra going very early. It is usually wheeling when I see it. Math thinks Big Chandra is out. I think we could get both if we went big, little, but Big's not going to wheel. I don't mind. I'm going to at least put this on. I mean, we could go Feed the Swarm then. I'm going to go with my gut, which says that, yeah, even though this is not the type of deck that wants a 6, like, that's a reasonable pick out of that pack. Are we ever gaining life? This is gain life, and we have anti-life gain. Here's a sack. I guess we take Judith and then wheel the Weaponize. Castle might come around too, but we'll take Judith, and nobody's going to want the Weaponize. But surely we got to take Judith, right? She's like a payoff. You take Bastion? What Bastion are we talking about? Whatever, I'm taking this. Oh, Bastion gains life. Yeah, what I'm saying for Occidon, if we play it, is anti-synergy. Maybe we just don't because of that. Midnight Reaper, another payoff for sacking stuff. A Braid, just all-around value. But I'll take the Reaper. Is it non-token? Yeah, it's non-token, so that's something to consider. Woe Strider is good for us. Sack outlet, no mana sack outlet. You like the Serpent? Maybe we'll wheel this. You don't like Woe Strider in a sack deck? The only reason I would not take Woe Strider is if we were confident we would wheel it. Feels like this is what we're doing. I mean, I like me a Serpent for sure. I'm gonna take the Woe Strider to be sure. Blood Artist, more payoffs for killing stuff. Take that over the Tyrant or the Village Rites. Hopefully wheel the Village Rites. We ever playing Soulscar Mage here? Yeah, well, it might be self-sack. I say steal. We have one threaten. We have Captivating Crew. Settle. Yeah, I don't know. I took it because we did take some white cards, but I don't think we're playing any of that, and that's okay. This is something we can kill again and again and again. Blood Mage, we're willing to sack. Last fresh pack here. Got some... I mean, Initiate is sackable, but... Yeah, here we go. This gives us two things to sack. Definitely we'll take the Blood Mage here. Yeah, Initiate is as well, but Blood Mage is better, right? And then Feed the Swarm comes back. That's interesting. I figured we were passing on this removal opportunity, but we can go ahead and take it. Devil's Play also playable, but not really a plan. We'll just take the feed. Clifftop Retreat. Yeah, that does provide some of the white we were looking at, but I'm just going to go with red-black here. I don't think we need to play any white. Here, the Weaponize comes back. I mean, the table has no respect for the field, I guess, but I don't see why anybody would be in. You know, this like we're not a field deck. If nobody in the table is doing the field thing, then nobody's doing the field thing, right? In those cases, those cards are no good for nobody. This is like a red-green spell, but I'll throw it in here. Why pass the castle over Weaponize? Because Weaponize sack stuff, and I'm kind of on autopilot for things that are doing the thing. It's possible I have too many sack outlets now, and the Weaponize is redundant and won't be played, but that's why I took it. Now what? So many cuts. I could do this the cut first way. This self-sacks, though. So maybe we're not going to have room for things like random equipment. We got a lot of removal. I kind of just want to pile the removal up over here. Let me get into this view too. I'm going to put straight removal over here. I mean, I just don't think it's that big a deal, Jim. Like, the thing with these lands is they're so powerful because they're so free. But the number of times in a game where I play, I don't know if your experience is like mine out there, but I'm happy to play these cards, but I find mostly in a game where I play the land, I never activate the land. Most often, I play the land without ever activating it. But then sometimes you do, and that's when like, I'm getting free value from a land, yay! But that being said, I just, so I can take it or leave it as good as they are, but because their freeness is what makes them good. Red Castle, I mean, yeah, I get it. But also, I also generally feel like the Red Castle is win more in a deck like this. Like, generally, if we're attacking and getting through, we're doing the thing. I mean, this is really a grindy attrition deck, not a go-get-'em deck anyway. Yeah, that's fair. I really thought Baby Chandra was going to wheel. And why, like, look at the draft. Why wouldn't I? Like, we got such crazy late red stuff. I don't even know who took the red, who took Baby Chandra. So there's a calculated risk that didn't pay off, but that's okay. Phoenix is fun to sack. What do we have for, like, what can sack? We've got, now I'm going to put, like, the sack outlets over here. Oops. Let's do that over here. I got to do it like this. What? I just want to put it here. Was that so hard? All right. But I didn't want that one. I want this one. Woe Strider. Weaponize. Yeah, we actually don't have that much sack. We've got, of course, this one. There's some self-sack, but that's not what I'm talking about. Probably don't need the Necromancer. It is self-sacrifice, and it's doing the, but we're not returning that much incredible. I don't think. Tell me if you think otherwise. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see what feels a little clunky. That one. Yeah, I'm on Ferocidon out for sure. I'm clinging to the Frenzy because it's card advantage, but we could take Phyrexian Arena instead as we have some card advantage. That's fair. Hey, Siriana, welcome. All right, we're closing in on it. Maybe we can cut some of this removal. A lot of it's similar. It's in that similar place. We got a Thirst as well, so I'm just trying to put our removal stuff over there for consideration. This is like payoff. This is just good card, but maybe we don't play it. Maybe it's just like not. It's good, but it's not doing what we're doing. Is Arena non-bow to you because it costs us life? Comrade cards and Mathcore J with back-to-back comments that express my agony on Chandra here. Hard for me to ever cut Big Chandra. Big C is absolutely not what we are doing, what we want to, like, both of those things are true. But we need cuts, and I want to play, so we'll go ahead and cut it. Liliana was suggested to cut both Planeswalkers. Lily is just kind of being more removal. That's fair as well. I kind of agree. I was never that impressed with Lily to begin with. Rob just puts a bunch of exclamation points next to card names, and I end up taking them. It feels like Liliana is removal, and we're already shaving removal. So for shaving removal, I'm going to shave Liliana as a place to start. And then now probably one of these threes, what I mean, like one of these 3 damage spells. A Braid, I like in best of 1. Dragon, they're all good. I mean, Arena is just there because drawing extra cards is good. Yeah, that's all. I mean, I like... There's no deck, unless you're like trying to be so aggro that you don't have time to take advantage of drawn cards. I just feel like drawing extra cards is great. You've caught me at a moment of weakness, Rob. I'm just, I'm dead on my feet in a lot of ways. Kenyon likes it in aggro decks because you can top off your curve with it basically and reload. It can be tough to find the way to properly reload. I guess I like it in aggro if you've got a lot of reach, like if you're trying to finish them off, but I don't know. I hear what you're saying. Sometimes card draw is great for aggro because it reloads, but sometimes card draw is tough on aggro because it's asking you to do something else besides develop your ability to turn creatures sideways. Yeah, that's true. We can cut a land, and that will help with it. And then we're one more way. So let's cut one of these. I was saying let's cut one of these. Unless there's some creature I'm not thinking of that we should really just let go of. No, I think we need all these creatures too. We're trying to recur stuff. So let's ditch removal. Maybe it's just pillar. You know, I cut Rimrock. I mean, it's not great, but it supports damage and sacking things. Well, what about... I'm cutting pillar. And if we want to swap some stuff around on the creature front, we can. I like a Braid's flexibility. When you pick off an important artifact, it feels so good. And it's instant. Yeah, and I like Dragonfire because it goes to Planeswalkers. I mean, that's real. We've got Blood Chief's Thirst as somewhat Planeswalker control. So does Lightning Strike on that front. So I guess I could cut Dragonfire. I guess we keep Lightning Strike over Dragonfire then. So this Dragonfire is only better than Lightning Strike if you care about the exile clause, right? So how about that? And then we can pull back in one of these creatures. We can even pull in, like, if you don't like the Rimrock, I'm okay with the Rimrock. I know it doesn't block, but we need stuff to sack. And it's not an unreasonable. But we could bring in, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna try this to start so I can get on with it, and then we can adjust if we want. How are we thinking on mana? Let's look at our pips. 1410 on the pips. We of course have stuff we want to do with both colors early. We got double red on the annex, so we really kind of want a even split. This is both colors, and then yeah, so we're evenly split. Looks good. What are we calling this? We can make a Rob joke, a sack of something. Hey, I can think of a sack of joke that is also a Rob joke. Race to bed. That's a little specific to you there. We'll just do coal sack then. Sack Rob. Yeah, that's so bad, isn't it, Kenyon? Like, I don't, I was on the team. I know how hard software is. I know how easy it is for things to slip through. And I know how complicated it is to answer questions like, what color is a deck if it's got a transformational sideboard and all the blue cards are in the sideboard? Shouldn't we put a blue pip on the what? So, like, for constructed decks, it's fine. But the fact that somebody at Wizards couldn't just say, hey, for limited decks, only look at the main deck. How hard would that have been? Because it's just so dumb that all of my limited decks now say that they are Wooburg decks. It's bad. It's bad, Wizards. Fix it. Fix it! For me. I'm gonna keep this. Well, or at least give me the ability to edit. Because, I mean, there were times in the past where, like, my mono black deck that had blue-black hybrid would show up as blue-black. So, like, let me as a player define what I think the colors of the deck are. I would find that acceptable. All right, so now what are we doing? We can just send the Bo1 to at least put another card underneath. And then I'm probably just dropping the Priest. Too valuable to block. Two other creatures is a bit rough. But yes, Annex gives us some purchasing ability for sure. Now, do we do this now? No, I think we can wait, because if we can drop the crew, well, we can at least wait till it goes to their turn. This is not a sorcery thing, although if we do this now to, like, cast it, I mean, we'd get... black. Nah, we don't need to do it now. Might even be able to get to the point where we drop the whole hand and actually get value from the courier. They're showing red, though. I'm just expecting the Priest to be targeted, at which point we got to decide, because there's two others. We could still do it and just do everything and get a bunch of stuff. Although if they go after the Priest, we end up with Annex. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Let's see what Oppo goes for. And what are we doing when they go for the Priest? We doing it? Oh, wow, they're only going for Annex anyway. Well, then we should do it. What a weird... operating the Priest is just kind of weird. Little floody here. Let's go ahead and go start with the Priest sacking the two. I guess we could send in, but I'm going to need to do this before blocking anyway. Can't send, no. I think it's still face down, yeah. Get to look at end of game or whatever. reverse engineer it from a library search. Nice. All the manas. And now if they don't kill the priest, by now Oppo should be regretting not killing the priest or showing us that they had another thing that was going to kill the priest, which is why they did it that way. But now they'll kill the priest.
You and I are gonna
No? All right. I guess that becomes an important card as well.
Yep, you're flammable.
So I guess we just go Reaper, sack both, and go at Chandra, kill the Hydra. Value, value, value. Yeah, you do have to kill the crew there. They did what they had to do, but now I like where we're at. That's fair. We got weaponized for sack. You like weaponized Chandra, but I just like sack to kill Hydra, and then we draw and we can attack. We can. We can't attack. You're right. Okay, that's fair. I was thinking we could attack with priest, but we can't. I hear you, so we'll do that. And Midnight Reaper gives us value, so it's all good.
Guess you don't need me anymore.
Well, we don't want to draw a land or else we can't bring back the Wanderer.
I've got fun friends.
Could use a cheap spell too to really be able to do it all. That's interesting. Of course we find more land. You didn't think we weren't going to find more land, did you? So Boo earns. I mean, we could just chuck Midnight Reaper at Garrick to get that done, and then we at least draw a card. I think there's not. I mean, we got to kill Garrick, so I'm going to do it. Although do we throw just the priest now? Yeah, we'll throw the priest. I just really appreciate the value train she represents, especially if you can get it going with the Dread Wanderer. But we do have the weaponized, so that's okay. Why not attack with the Reaper? I guess if I'm good, let's talk that over, because if I was willing to sack the Reaper, maybe we start with the attack, see if they want to do it. And then, yeah, let's start with an attack with the Reaper at Garrick, see what they want to do. I'll take the trade for the 3/3. And then before the Reaper dies, I'm going to sack the Priest. More land. This Dread Wanderer is like never, ever, ever coming out of the graveyard. One more land, come on. Oh, man. Well, I'm just going to kill this thing. It's actually nice and easy. It's only 2. It's got a CMC of 2, so not even that painful. Deck is kind of doing cool stuff. We're just flooding a bit. We're even on 16 land. Well, a little bit painful, but I'm going to do it because we need to find action to get us out of this. And if we do, we can get them dead before they get us dead. But this is a high-risk play, I get it. But we're at a place where we need to try and draw out of it, so let's do it. Watch, we'll cast Wanderer next turn. Here we go. Oh yeah. Maybe close, close. So, now we can do a block and sack type deal. Yeah, let's see where they go with this, but... Alright, so unfortunately we gotta weaponize up front here, but I'll go weaponize the 01 at something. Do we need to go face? Or are we going after creatures right now? I guess we're at 14. I guess we got to go after creatures. I'm going to go Blaster. It doesn't matter too much between Solemn and Blaster in terms of the damage, right? Cross fingers. I was hoping for not flying. Yeah, good point, Jim. So maybe I should have gone after Solemn and then we could actually chump. Go to 1 here. Could we go to 1? I don't think we can really go to 1. If we sack, we can scry. Math wants to just trade. Kenyon wants to go to 1. Well, that's true. We can bring this back. We do have the mana for it. But if we attack with Woe Strider, then we can it self-sack? No, another creature. Yeah, double weaponize on the giant is pretty important. All right, let's go to 1. Try to solve it from there. Although I'm kind of listening to like 7 people at once and always perilous. Of course, of course, of course. Although we can get it. We can finally get it. So let's do this. But I think we need to... Do we have... I don't know if we actually can. Because we need 1, 2, 3, we need 4 to shoot down the giant, and that means I don't have the mana to go get the Wanderer. So we gotta shoot the giant, right? And then that gives us some life to stay out of our own arena range. Oh yeah, I should attack first. Sorry, I'm not playing tightly there. So my bad. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite us. I don't know that we... Yeah, I guess we could have done it last turn if we were going to do it this turn. Again, I'm really mentally tired, and I'm trying to just like take cues from chat, and it's gonna make me a little bit of a scattershot player here as I'm not at my best and listening to a lot of voices. I could grab the Wanderer, but I mean, I'd rather just play the Woe Strider, right? Why Wander when we can Stride? Yeah, this game should probably be over, but I'm not going to go too hard on myself. This is all very difficult. And it's a complicated deck to run too. I should have stuck with my aggro red plan. But Appa was top decking, and we have a strong chance to not get punished for my folly. We're not dead. Don't worry. Don't worry. Rimrock, that's fine. Don't we just win off that? Yeah, that's fine. Is it kicked? Oh, Arena, sure. Yeah, that's fine. We'll sack the other one. We're going to get life off of that, too. I don't think it's kicked. Is it kicked? Well, we got to sacrifice everything if we do. But that, let's see. How much? How do I tell? Oh, it's kind of got the sparkly thing on it. It should really sell. It should say though. Is that what this means? Maybe. Okay, I'm just saying though. It would be nice if they told me. Never didn't, chat. Never didn't. It was definitely one, Skillet. We definitely won. Whether it was a nice one is debatable. Oh boy, you know, math, at that point, I feel like style points. What happens if I try style points there is I misclick and kill myself. So figured just going to take the win I saw in front of me. All right. That was a tough board spot that I kind of flailed my way through. We'll see if we can do it a little tighter. I guess if I'm going to give one person, like if I'm going to give up and let chat drive, I should pick like one person in chat to say, all right, you will use your line this turn. What's your line? Because I think part of it is that I conflate lines. Suddenly I'm hearing like considering two different lines at the same time. Oh yeah, it's not only is it hard to play cleanly just because of the complexity of the cards, but the UI on a lot of these cards is just simply tough. It's just like, wait, what do I do now? Hold on. Quite keepable here. First turn, weaponize, and we have the Thirst available for anything small. That's a nice card for Oppo. But this looks good. Like, I think I've got Priest of Oblivion now. The DJ Priest. Target Oppo and then hit OK. But like I gotta tell myself that. I see. how it's gonna be. Well, if that's Oppo's plan, I'm gonna go Judith here, or maybe I can go Blood Mage and then Judith so that it pumps the Blood Mage for attacks. And if Blood Mage dies, whatever. In fact, they probably won't even use that on him. Now, do we want a card or do we want a Pest? The Pest is kind of like a card with the Weaponize. So, and with Judith, yeah, we should just take the Pest. Oh, that's a gift. Maybe we'll get the Dread Wanderer back in this game. Here, we're going to just thirst that thing out of the way so that we can attack. If we find land, next turn we can go Diva Blood Artist. That would be a fine turn. Oh, that's rough. They pause there. I don't know if this means they have like a mana leak style effect, but here, we'll find out. If they don't remove any of our creatures, we're in pretty good shape. If they can manage to take some of this action out, then we might lose here. But next turn is if we draw a land, especially, and have 3 activations of Weaponize, it's almost GG if they tap out for something that doesn't stop that. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the 6 open mana here, but we'll make him have it. Yeah, maybe we even just have it now. Like, all right, so they're tapping out to bounce and draw. They would take 1, 2, 3. They take 3. And then if we sack now, math. Okay. And this is doing 2, right? So we have 6 from this. And if we just do Judith last, we have, or Blood Artist last? Why don't we just win? Don't we just win? Right? 6. We activate this 3 times. We do 6 here. And then we do, if we do Judith last, does it count itself? Yeah, we just do everything but Judith. Okay, I think we got it. No, I think we just win. No, we don't even need to attack. Like, Judith is about to die, gang. Or to go away. Am I not right on my math? I think I'm right on my math. If I'm wrong, I'll just be completely ashamed. But I think this is right. Am I not right on my math? How did I do that wrong then? Well, oh, is it non-token? There, that's the word I missed. Well, you can see where my math was anyway. I just didn't see the non-token part and thought I had 12. And yeah, like Judith works, so if I'd done Judith, it should have worked. I think we could still get there. I mean, they might have counter magic or whatever. We need to draw some more cards or we get to play Judith and win. Or try to play Judith, and if she lands, we win. Three cards left. If they draw it once, we're okay. If they draw it twice... Well, that was me giving away a game. If we'd done Judith instead, we win. Too late for me to read cards, apparently. It's hard for me not to tilt right now. I loathe that card is in the cube. I really do. I really do. I don't know who puts fucking Teferi's tutelage in the goddamn cube. Fuck that card. I mean, I should have had the win anyway, and ostensibly I should be happy because I got to beat Mill. But still, even if I'd done that right and won, F Mill. God, I hate that. Hate it. Hate it. I'm gonna play some Magic cards and try to beat my opponent with them. Here's some. They went for draw a card. Interesting. If they made pest, they could have threatened to block here. Maybe they just don't care. Woe Strider. If we top with Judith, we get more damage in. I'm gonna go Woe Strider here. randomize. Let's see. We'll go. I think I like that. I don't have a great philosophy of these. I don't know. In a sense, this is a good card design because I've never once been happy with any split. Like, unless it's easy and it's like 3 lands or something, I always feel like I'm doing artist wrong, Atris wrong, I'm pronouncing Atris wrong, which probably means it's a decent design because it's having the intended effect of really making you anxious about you doing it right when it's not even my card. I didn't put that in a deck. Now we could Judith it up, and what does that get us? It gets us a 2-for-1 if they block the Null Priest. We're fine with block if they. I mean, the Woe Strider is still a trade. That doesn't change anything there, but we don't mind a dead Woe Strider all that much. Maxing the mana would be Captivating Crew, and then we could Blood Artist Judith next turn. Or yeah, sorry, Phoenix or Captivating Crew. So I'm still with that. Yeah, let's go with the Phoenix, and I'm still willing to attack with Woe Strider and Null Priest because I'm willing to trade. Whoa! I'm willing to trade the Woe Strider, and they can't block the Null Priest and the Woe Strider. So, what are you gonna do? Maybe I'm a little too eager to trade off the Woe Strider. I just feel like we're going to get it back and that's expendable, but maybe that was a bad trade. Especially because it's the sacrifice and we have the crew. Maybe we could start stealing and sacking actually in this. Yeah, that's why I did it, but we're not recurring it for a while, right? It's not coming back for a while, I don't think. So maybe it was a little hasty to do it now given the hand we have. But now we get Scourge and Blood Artist. And I guess we do that first. And I still send Null Priest because they want to block. Although now they block Artist or Atris. I don't want the Nightmare Shepherd token. So I'm going to go Judith and Blood Artist and just attack with Phoenix. And this is a lot of damage. Then we're at 10 and we've got between Judith and Blood Artist, if I can do it right this time, you know. But you can also see what I'm talking about. If we left the Woe Strider, they're still at 10, most likely, and we just machine gun them down. Let's go Crew and Bomat and see about next turn. Crew becomes must kill for Oppo now. We're going to say no attacks and try to make this work next turn. Interesting. I guess we're going face with this. And we could go here, but I guess maybe one block, getting rid of a blocker is all right, but face feels like where it's at. Yeah, they would just sack, but then that's one blocker gone, right? That's all I was thinking.
Time to step out.
So, steal... Let's see, what can this kill? Can't kill anything. I mean, sorry, when I say can't kill anything, I mean I was looking to see if there was a 2 mana, like if we steal the Shepherd and kill a 2 mana, but there's no 2 mana. So yeah, let's just thirst the Shepherd. I don't think they would. Maybe they would. Maybe I was just supposed to activate crew. Same basic result. And now if we send, like, everything, aren't they just dead? Like, even... I guess we don't need to send the O's. But, like, why not just send all this? Right? What happens if I do this? They can't really block this because they're dead. They block this and not this. Yeah, we draw a card. Yeah, this is fine. All right. What mill deck? We're great. Any tabletop gamers out there, strategy board gamers, try out Lost Ruins of Arnak yet? Been playing that on Board Game Arena. It's a pretty nice mix of stuff. I've been enjoying it so far. I don't know how much legs it has yet. It's always hard to tell early. Well, pretty grindy, but a funny pair here that we can work with. I'm gonna keep this. Can I say things besides your go and nice and hello? More importantly, is there a setting to make my opponent stop talking at the LGS? No. No. Looks like our braid's gonna find a target somewhere here. I don't know if we care about the armchair yet. Maybe bolt the bird instead. Oppo just screamed, "You're late, Atlanta elves," if Oppo's anything like me. Yeah, let's bolt the bird. Anybody around when this tapping degree was revealed, when we introduced? I was on the team at the time when we launched the build that had tapping cards at this degree, and we launched screenshots before people got to play it, and people were certain that this was just wrong. There was no way you could see what was tapped and untapped, and it needed to be more firmly tapped. And like, we tried that. You know, it was pretty easy to shift the angles. We tried that. Let's see. Blood art. Nah, let's go Arena. Let's start. Well, I guess we have a good draw next turn. I might as well go Bastion, actually. I'm not sure I want to start taking that damage yet. Maybe I should. I don't know. Would you play Arena or Bastion here? Did I miss something? Is it a clear-cut decision that I waffled on and did wrong? What do we... Maybe Arena's better. I'm just a little worried about damage, but I'm not blocking here, so maybe I just wanted extra cards. Not sure. Anyway, I was telling people in the office, like, just let them play it. Just, oh no! Rex Sage! That card's good. But I was saying, just let them play it and let them experience it, and then they'll see what we see when we play it, which is that it works. Yeah, 90 degrees would be... 90 degrees is terrible, because when you rotate a quasi-square, a near square, 90 degrees, it doesn't read as tapped. Believe me, 90 degrees looks way less tapped than this. All right, so now I only have 2 black. It's not like I'm gonna have. I mean, I'm gonna do one of the. I'll do the Phoenix, but just looking ahead, we need a swamp to be able to 2-spell next turn. But that's just it, Jim. You really don't. If you render the bottom of the text boxes on the cards, then you've got this box on the cards that nobody can read and is just taking up useless space. So, I mean, these were all the things we went through. You are not alone. No, wait, you're alone, Jim. Sorry, you're utterly alone. There is lots of neat art direction stuff that does relate to making sure that art is memorable that way, that you can tell at a glance what a card is based on the art. No, they got the exile. Bummer. At least we got a card out of it. What are we doing? We can Captivating Crew and Bomat, and if they block Bomat, it's a 1-for-1 for a Rex Sage. That's pretty fine. But maybe it is time to... We could also go Arena Bomat. I kind of do want to start drawing cards. I'm going to do this, though. Boom. Or maybe I'll just do Dread Wanderer. That's fine, too. I could have sent that, but if they kill the crew, I want to threaten to block the Sage. That's what I was thinking. But maybe I should just put him to 19. Ideally not like in the same sets and stuff, though, Kenyon. Although that's happened too, and I think that's just an art direction mistake. There's... Kai Buddha, I don't know how to pronounce his last name well. Kai Buddha had a game loss in a high-level event, maybe even the Pro Tour, because of 2 Scourge-era cards that looked almost identical. It was an interesting story. You like Wanderer Bomat? Yeah, maybe. All right, we can... I don't feel like it's that bad, but if it happens, it's like it's an art direction thing. It should try to be. They should try to avoid it. Well, let's see. This is crewable, but I guess I just rankle and go. Yeah, we can rankle in Bomat. I'm not going to attack with Bomat here, though, and just send it into the Arachnir. Yeah. Spider Escape, where are they at? 2. Try and get him before then. So we're gonna have each player sack, and let's lose and draw. Could sack the Wanderer, but it's actually a little far off. I could sack the 1/1 instead, but this we can get back at some point. I'll just sack the thing I can get back at some point. Same with Oppo, of course. When it comes back, yeah. 4 other cards, so it's, I mean, they're a couple off. So we'll get some value out of Rankle, and eventually they'll get some value out of their Spider, and that's okay. That's Magic. Oh, you're talking to Kenyon on that. Gotcha. Obviously correct. I don't know why we won that game. I hope everything's okay with Oppo. That was obviously an early scoop, so maybe they had something up. Well, 3 wins. Can't take my half and half from me. Got at least the 3. Is this keepable? We've got a weaponize, couple of early removal spells, no black yet for the Reaper, and no real... Maybe this is good enough. If these hit stuff, we like this. If the, you know, sometimes removal's a little bit dead, and the weaponize is pretty dead right now, but eventually it is a piece we want. Marshall would keep this. What would Marshall do? All right, be nice to find a target for this before we untap for one of these two. Blue-white doesn't give me a lot of hope for that, though. So control-y. Got a source of black, but it enters tapped, so for now I'm going to go for Ferocidon. We're going to try, see if we get through blue counter magic. We get through counter magic. Now let's see if we get through white removal. Uh-oh. Top seems unlikely, but maybe they needed 2 lands. Still, if they needed 2 lands, it probably means they've got the tools for a Ferocidon in hand. Midnight Clock. This is why I like a Braid. Yay, a Braid. But I think we let him have the clock for a turn and we go Reaper here. Oh, wait, we have to draw a swamp for that, so we'll see. Oh, we did draw a swamp, so I am going to go Reaper. I mean, it does give him a turn. I could just kill that clock. Yeah, maybe they dump mana into it, though. Maybe we get him... I was worried that it gives them extra mana, but Hat is right that they might make it negative mana by putting mana into it. Right, that's exactly what I was thinking, Jim, that take away their ramp. It's a form of Bolt the Bird, right? But I think we can wait a turn. We also have, you know, potential draws. We're going to have 2 black, 5 total mana, a couple of removal spells. You're right, Kenny, and it's unlikely that they're going to put mana into this before we fire it off, but I still just like getting the creature out regardless. Looks just like blue-white control, kind of expecting a wrath effect of some kind. That's not a bad draw. We can Woe Strider, and I'll do that before attacks in case they do something that makes me want to sack during attacks. You say keep Strider in hand, but if they go for a Wrath, we can sack a bunch of stuff and get it back eventually, and I don't know. That's good if they're resorting to that. It's just manaless, so I like that with no mana we could respond to a Wrath, or respond to even a Settle the Wreckage and have it not exile, right? Settles or Settle Sacrifice. I thought Settle was exile. I'm not sure. Well, the fact that we have a Midnight Reaper down is another reason why. It's like, I mean, if they do Wrath, we draw a bunch. So I don't know. It's all good. You go Woe Strider plus Priest here, and then we have next turn set up pretty nicely. Well, you have the mana to toss one. That's true, but by playing the Woe Strider, I had the no mana for both. Hey, Robert, welcome. Glad to see you. Our Cloud Blazer. I tried so hard to like Star Blazers when I was a kid. I thought but that's the only part I liked was the song, and then nothing about the show made any sense to me. Let's strike the Blazer so we can maybe even just go Courier. Or maybe even Phoenix sack two things, and that's actually let's try. Watch this. Let's do this. Should have left. Oh yeah, right, for the Courier. Just let auto tap do it. I think that's worth striking per se. Let's see. So this says, I think you sacrifice this creature, and okay, so it counters that, so I don't sacrifice it though. So it's just going to do it at next turn. That's okay. Like if we lost the O1, that would really stink. But we just do it again next turn, so that's just kind of an unsummon of sorts. And then this really helps. And boy, maybe I don't even care. We could just sack it to draw. Let's see. Yeah, do we just win? We get Bastion. Kill Cleric. Yeah. I like it. Ah, interesting. Well, I can priest now in response to this. So let's do that. And that means we got to do this and probably just the courier. I'm doing this because I really want the Phoenix back, but maybe I didn't need to worry about that. All right, we got there. We had it all. We had it all. We had it all. It was which way. I probably did not as much damage as I could have. Well, after a grumpy loss to a mill deck, the deck has been doing fine otherwise. And that grumpy loss should have been a grumpy win anyway. Actually, I have to go back and look at it. I feel like if I finish with Judith, then I have to give up the priest early. If I finish with the priest... Anyway, I think I was getting one short no matter what there because of the non-token thing. This looks good. Priest comes out a little early, a little vulnerable, but then we got a lot of value action afterwards, so we'll give it a try. Got a double black and a double red. Wouldn't mind a land here to give us some idea of what to put this on. We are not given the answers. What do we want? I kind of want to bolt this bird. We could do that. Just lightning strike the Baral before that gets nuts. But I think probably... let's see. What does our deck have more of? We got double red all over... This is the only double... no, we got a couple double red, couple double black. Rob says bolt that thing. I say we can wait a turn. And I'm going to go... black. Basically, I mean, not completely wrong there, but I kind of like getting creatures out so that the priest is good ASAP. What are you thinking? We got 3 choices here. I've heard some from the gallery. I'm gonna go Reaper. Yeah, I like that now if they kill my precious priest, I at least get a card out of it. And a Head of Ferocidon saves us a little bit of damage, but prevents, you know, they save some damage too, so that's fair. Oh, wrong choice, but we did not know. Let's see. If we attacked with Reaper, it would be a pretty... I think a double block, and we trade Reaper for Baral. You could also play the Ferocidon and then have the option. Yeah, that's fine. If I play the Ferocidon, we have the option to activate the priest, but I'm cool with just accepting the trade if they want to make it. Yeah, okay, so we'll do this, and then, yeah, if they're going to give us the 2-for-1, that's cool, too. Let's take that. It's kind of a 2-for-2, and they got a land out of it, but I like that play. Wonder what they'll take. They agree that that's a tough one to beat. That smells like Doomscar. and makes me feel like that's not great for us. And how do we play it, though? I guess if it's Doomscar, I don't mind dropping the Ferocidon. We just draw 3 cards. So I'm actually going to do that. And I'm just going to straight attack. I expect Doomscar here, yeah. No. Boy, do I ever wish I could put this on red now. Look at this. Ah, well. 1 red, 5 mana. We can go Weaponize and Blood Artist, or we go Captivating Crew and nothing. Well, Captivating Crew and nothing seems fine. Yeah, we couldn't not play it, and it was like, it seemed correct with what we knew at the time. I don't know if we're going to beat Value Town Esper with our card draw gone, but we'll do our best. Oh, let's play the other mountain. That's actually good. We go Phoenix Blood Artist here. I like Phoenix. Yeah, it's just like a good matchup against us. We're gonna lose, and in this rock scissors paper game that it can be sometimes, we have the wrong matchup. You're right. So I'm trying to figure out what we don't cast. Maybe I should have just done Weaponized Bastion and we would have kept the crew. I'll just go Bastion. Although this, like, we're running out of sack outlets is the thing. But there's other ones left. You think it has to be Weaponized? I don't think so. I'm going to go with Bastion. But maybe you're right. That's fair. Weaponized Crew is a combo in itself. Yeah, it was a mistake. I'm just being tired on my feet. I kind of forgot the combo with Crew. Right, we may just be able to crew and steal stuff, and that's good anyway, but I see the value of the Weaponize that I didn't before I made that decision. Fancy Pants Oppo pissing me off. Nice Jim, tossing out subs. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is just like, what a joke. What a joke. I can't believe we're not just completely out of it. But, you know, Null Priest could have done something if our entire graveyard wasn't exiled. Man, Oppo just literally with everything. With everything. Anything you don't have, Oppo? Got Black Lotus over there? I don't know. A lot of pinpoint removal, card draw, control, and sweepers. Like, that's bad against us. Graveyard removal, bad. Hand destruction. All sorts of annoyances here. Whatever, that can't even block. Piece of garbage. Jeez, we're not even that dead. Like, we can get him to 2 here. Oh, sorry, that's a braid. I thought it was the kicker. The other was royal. This doesn't do anything for us, really. We could... Oh, yeah, sorry, the Hulk is an artifact. It does a lot for us. Killing the 5/6 is reasonable. We'll do that now. And draw again. They're going to draw off the Mind Stone. Maybe draw a counter or something. Or they just have the counter. Let's see. Technically, I live if I block the Gear Hulk, and I can give it a little extra lifelink boost. So we'll try. It's not looking good though. It's better than I thought we would do here, honestly. Yeah, block here and trade is better. Yep. I mean, how many cards deeper are they? They got 12 cards in library to our 15? All right, all right. Now I'm done. Holy hell, Oppo. Just everything you need. Okay. I got my 4 wins. Can't worry too much about it. I'm pretty happy we got to 4 with this. Not that it's a bad deck, just with where I'm at and lack of familiarity with the whole archetype and its pieces. I have misread cards and misplayed cards left and right here. But I warned you. I did warn you of the likelihood. Thanks for hanging anyway. All right, now I know what to put the pathway on. I really do. Of course, now we're not going to see our second swamp for a million years, but I'm keeping. All right, Wanderer, decent. Something to do here. Something you don't have on your other accounts, right? Make something new. All right, found our second swamp here. We're going to drop that. And I guess this time we're just going to drop Arena. I could have gone Mountain and gone Rimrock and then cast Rimrock, but I like the Arena here. Maybe it's just because getting it down against Dimir shields down seems pretty big. Don't mind that. We're going to lose a non-creature. We cannot cast the Blood Chief before this fires off Chapter 2, so I might as well cast the Bastion here. They can't take Rimrock, right? That's a creature. Yeah, I'm just going to cast the Bastion. Yeah, it's interesting. I have not looked outside of Standard for a competitive budget deck, but perhaps there's, Jim has mentioned a budget high alert deck in Historic. I don't know if there are other ones, but possibly becoming an Historic player with one specific viable low-cost deck is another way to go, for sure. All right. Well, they know about a lot of this stuff. Let's see what they've got. I'm feeling a counter here for the old Rankle, but we're going to make them have it. We still get to Rimrock the 1/1 if they do. And this is where, like, when I saw Dimir, I wanted to land the arena, because then all of this one-for-one trading off of our stuff is going to be okay for us in the long run. Ugh, they are getting us. They are really tearing apart our value, but we're rebuilding it quickly with arena. Well, that little pause there, I guess it's probably just the bag of holding, though, right? Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting to get our hand stripped, Rob. I just figured why, unless you were actively afraid of exactly that, getting it specifically discarded, I didn't see the need to hastily get the weaponize out there. Just interesting to me that was the choice. And so does nobody think the priest... Maybe they don't have creatures, and so they don't think the priest matters? That could be. Well, I like Crew Artist... Scholar of the Last Trove. Yeah, I guess Crew... Artists, send 1/1, leave up priest just in case. Looks like they're trying to set up for getting this thing back and doing it, but it's a lot of mana away. We'll see. That's not the worst extra turn we've ever faced. Steal bird, activate priest. Seems fine though. Steal one bird, kill the other. If we can untap everything intact. Wow, that's a lot of value in the bag. Where's our braid? One time a braid! One time a braid! Or just like win target game is also fine. Interesting. All right, let's look at our options here. There's just a lot going on. Oh, and now the Phoenix adds to it. 7 mana is not 8 mana, so we cannot Phoenix and crew, but we can Phoenix and crew if thanks to the priest. Zombie, we can... Ooh, yeah, let's do that for sure. And use all the rest of this black mana. Oh, except I shouldn't have done that. Sorry. I was going to get value out of the Crypt Breaker. I'm still going to get value, but we're going to do it this way. Should have left one black. Then we could have done it really done. No, actually, then we wouldn't have been able to play the Phoenix. So we had to choose between Crypt Breaker, Zombie, and Phoenix. So maybe it wasn't the worst. Yeah, they found that to be very exciting. Why don't they kill the priest? I feel like twice now an opponent has let the priest live, and then we've just untapped and gone off with it. So, I mean, part of my 5 wins are like my opponent's completely disrespecting the priest. Steal second bird works too. Yeah, that's maybe what they saw, Kenyon, and just gave it up. All right, we got our gold back plus 3 cards. That qualifies as profit. All right, I'm digging this too. Oppo on the play gives us good shots at our 3rd land. We got Courier into Priest, into Blood Mage, into Sack for value. Or into Reaper into Sack for value. That would be ideal. I mean, sack after we play the Reaper, but keep, bottom line. Brawl. I mean, once again, I'm going to stick to my plan. I kind of like wanting to... I kind of want to bolt the bird, but I kind of want to get the priest into the Reaper, into the Blood Mage going, and really just get our plan A online. And if they stop it, Null Priest later could get the priest back, depending on how they stop it. Feed the Swarm destroys enchantments. I gotta remember that. Hey, somebody who respects the priest. All right, now I'm gonna go with the Midnight Reaper, so if there's any further creature kill, we get to draw at least. If we can resolve the spell, that is. Open mana and cards from a blue player. Feed plus Wanderer would have been fine as well. That's fair. Well, now we gotta kill... I'm gonna kill Baral and go after... Oop, might as well do it this way. Not that we're gonna activate... No, actually, we don't want to do that. We just want to play Wanderer. Although, do we want to play Wanderer? Yeah, we probably do. If Wanderer dies and Ashiok takes it out, that would suck, but that's a lot of stuff to have to happen, and then we just lose a Wanderer, and that's not the end anyway. But we'll see how this goes. Wizards and their hateful, hateful spells. In case they do something that makes me want to sack the courier, I feel like I'm supposed to play something pre. And I think I'm going to do Blood Mage and draw. Or maybe Blood Mage and Pest in case I do draw. Yeah, Bastion instead is fine too. That's fine. I just want to make sure that we have something out in case we want to activate Courier for draw 3 over these 2. And, well, I guess I'm going to do it this way. The Wanderer might die and Ashiok might live, but I'm going to still say go ahead and kill the Wanderer then. Rough. Maybe I want to sack the Courier. No, this is fine. This is fine. We'll take another turn here. 17 cards. I mean, Ashiok alone probably isn't going to be enough to mill us. They need to add mill to that. If they've got some other mill, that would be... Like, there you go. That does it. Can I have my thing back now? Ugh, everything related to milling sucks. And I hate it. $12 cards to win with through patient rebuilding. Yikes. That's a tough order at 18. How do we get there? Well, it's probably just one at Ashiok, so at least we keep as much of our library as we can. Probably not going to... Courier's tough because it's actually helping mill us. A lot not going well here. I think this is where we exit, but we got a chance. I don't think we can stop attacking with the Courier. Is it worth it to not because of how precious our library is? For 1 damage, maybe it's not worth it? But we gotta get him dead, so... Finish... Yeah, I guess we gotta get him dead. We'll try. Finish him off with Bastion works better when we have a sack outlet. Do not like the chances here, but they're not... We're still mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Fig Jam. Wasn't somebody saying Fig Jam earlier? What's Fig Jam about? Do we know this person? Yeah, we could cash in here. Like, let's see. It is real bad, right? But we can do this. Mill 3. We're at 7. If we draw with Courier, we lose is the problem. So we can't really draw with Courier. Maybe they're trying to figure out if they need to counter it? Yeah, all right. That's fine. What do we got left? Rankle, Ferocidon. Woestrider is still there. So if we can find our way to Woestrider, we have Weaponized still there, Blood Artist. There's good stuff left in our library. Hey, do you know that we drafted and put in our deck Young Pyromancer? Anybody remember that card? Young Pyromancer? That was an early pick for us. Oh, well, all right. Do we get there? If they don't have counter magic, maybe we got there. If they counter the Woestrider, we're kind of donezo, but maybe we'll draw the another sack outlet to get back up. That's true. Counter magic. We attack with everything. We sack Bomat Courier, and before we deck ourselves trying to draw, they die off the trigger, right? Which is hilarious, because it's our own death on the stack, but we put their death one notch higher on the stack. Courier doesn't draw. What is it? Put all. There you go. Very good point. So we could have done it. Yeah, fair enough. What was I thinking? I don't know. This is where my brain's at. This is what happens when you get me streaming after jury duty, I guess. I mean, you can see where my head was at. It just feels like Bomat Courier draws cards, but in fact, it doesn't hurt our library like I was suggesting, other than to put a card underneath. But like drawing, it's already done. So that's good to know. Ooh, and a Rankle. Well, what should we... I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't, like, Epiphany us. But I should attack first. If what we have right now wins, I shouldn't do anything except attack. Although the trouble is, if, like, they do have something, what if Rankle puts us over the top, you know? But let's see. Yeah, Woestrider after combat is the way to go, I think. So let's send in... Have not lost our Weaponized yet. Although, oh, also, a lot of it might be under here. I think the what's in your deck also has to include the what might be under Bomat Courier.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
So, sack in response, how? We can sack Beaumont Courier in response. But I'm saying sack, like, how? Like, literally, how am I sacking this? I don't... Sack the courier? But don't we want it to deal... Oh, yeah, it is the same damage. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, sure. Ooh, now we have... What can we do? So we swamp... Weaponize, ping ping. All right. I didn't know we had enough mana. I thought we only had the one activation. We got two. Whoo!
I am too smart. I am too smart. SMRT. I mean SMART.
Weaponize certainly showing its role in its importance in the deck. Historically, it's like those things where always deal 1 damage. It's really the shock, right? That Weaponize doing 2 instead of 1 is so much more impactful. More than twice as impactful. Obviously, it's exactly twice as impactful to the face, but the fact that you can pick off so many more creatures with it. Are we somehow at a full count playing for trophy? I would not have predicted it. Not because the deck didn't look good, just because I don't think I was capable of it right now. This doesn't look great, but still keepable. I'm going to take it. I'm going to keep it. We have any land gets us to Midnight Reaper Bastion, and if we have to, we can Rimrock on 2. Nice dual land would be sweet, though. If we find that, we get double everything. All right. If we play Rimrock Knight, it's just a Gutterbones block. Maybe we're in a mirror match here. That's possible. We could play it just because having creatures out ahead of Reaper is fine. Ahead of Anax is fine. Yeah, I'm going to play it on that strength. This is not a great play here, but we have 2 backup plays that just want creatures in play, so we're going to do that. Look at all the can't blocks. Look at all the can't blocks. We're gonna go Anax? No, let's go Reaper. funny matchup here. Who among you can block? Some of us. Get out of here. Get out of here. No blocks, though. We are just kind of racing. We got some stuff to gain life. I don't know if Oppo does. They look like they're more just kind of Rakdos aggro as opposed to steal and sack, or sack for value, I should say. We're not even really that steely, but sack for value is real. Now we can go Annex Bomat, and then I really like just how everything looks. This is more no block, right? Nothing on their side blocks. Definitely setting this and this. And then... yeah, this too, I guess. Let's race the crap out of this. Uh-oh. What's this? Damage can be prevented this turn. If a source you control will deal damage this turn, it deals double that damage instead. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's lethal if we take it. So we are looking at having to block and still taking 10. But then maybe we can crack back. I don't know about cracking back for the win, but we'll see. I guess we'll block the shade. Not sure if which of those is better. Weaponize here for us again. Why don't we just pick off these two and then we're like freaking golden again? Or we could go... oh yeah, we just weaponize for the finish again. Easy game. Yeah, I guess I could have weaponized first, but does it really? Yeah, weaponize first would have been a little better, but it felt super safe. Wow, gang. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you, because, like, seriously. Seriously, couldn't have done it without chat helping me along, limping along, putting up with my face-palmy occasionals. But look at that. Fun! Get some more gems here. Clear out all my packs. I almost never have... I always have packs lingering, so now I can't resist, like, actually getting all those dots to go away. We trophied and all of my reminder dots are gone. Truly a double win. Hey, YouTube friends. Thanks a lot for hanging out. That was definitely a fun archetype. I'm glad that we ended up there. There was a mid-draft, I figured we were just going to be mono red aggro. The red was flowing enough that I just thought we were totally going to get there. And then kind of drafted and played at like 80%. But today, 80% was max win. We'll take it. Thanks for hanging and catch you the next draft.